Hey everybody, this isn't going to be your typical Friday video, but I wanted to tell you guys about a situation that happened to me today and just a little thought on it and about it, and the more that I think about it, just all that hits me with it. Today I was out getting lunch. I'm in a drive-thru and I'm sitting in my car just waiting, and I had my windows down because at the time it was nice, and this white truck with 3 guys pulls up beside me. And the 2 guys in the front were white, and the one in the back, I'm not sure what he was. He was kind of suspicious. He had a stocking cap on. It wasn't pulled down over his face, but it was on. And he was kind of watching me out the corner of his eye, but kind of making sure that I couldn't really see him at the same time. And they told me that my keys were hanging in the side of my door. That they were hanging in my door. And everything just happened so fast, and I'm sitting here thinking to myself, what? And they're like, your keys are hanging in the door. You need to get out. You need to get out and get them. You need to check on this. And I was like, what is going on? Everything is just, I'm trying to pay attention to the line moving, and I have them, demanding that I get out of my car and check for the keys in my car and everything. And I'm just sitting here thinking, what in the world? And so finally it dawns on me, something hits me, and it's like, you don't even have a keyhole on that side of the car, Kelly. It's like, so I told them that, and I was like, I don't even have a keyhole over there, but thanks. So the driver looks at the other dude in the front, and then he's like, no, they're on the bottom of your door. You've shut them in the door. And I'm sitting here like, what? And they keep telling me that I need to get out and I need to check on these keys. And it's just, there's so much pressure here and so much demanding and everything, and I'm sitting here and I'm confused and just, there's so much going on. And finally I was just like, okay, thank you. And so I guess they get mad because I did not do what they asked me to do, and they sped off. Well, I get in my food and I pull forward and I see the truck sitting in an area where I would have typically pulled over to see if something was hanging in my door. And I didn't. I just kept going. I was like, this is weird because I only have one set of keys and they're in my ignition, so there's nothing hanging outside the door. But and so I drove way down the road because I was headed kind of out of town anyway to do something. And when I stopped and got gas, I was like, well, let me go. That whole situation was just odd. Let me just check, make sure there's nothing hanging out of my door. And they just think it's keys or something like that. So I go over to the side of the car. Nothing is on that side of the car. Nothing is hanging out of that side of the car. Nothing. And so I got to thinking, and I was like, wow. And like, reality is like really setting into me, like what possibly just happened. And the more I thought about it, I was like, you know what? They were on the passenger side. Had I really gotten out of my car, gotten the keys, or checked to see if the keys were over there, my back would have been facing them. They were already suspicious anyway, and they could have abducted me. And it's just mind-blowing, just wrapping my head around it. The more I think about it, the sicker I feel. When I stood out to somebody as an easy target. Me just sitting in my car. Yes, I was by myself. I had my windows not all the way down, but down. Just getting lunch. Just going about my own day. And yes, it was broad daylight. And you would think stuff wouldn't happen then, but that's when it happens the most because it was lunch hour. Guess what? Nobody's paying attention to anything that's going on around them in lunch hour. They're worried about getting back to lunch, getting through the drive-thru line, getting back to work or whatever. Nobody's paying attention. We're not alert during the day like we should be. And I got to thinking about it, and I was like, you know what? Right now, I'm doing a fast in my personal life, from pretty much social media and stuff. I did log on social media and I did post this for the people that are in my area. But, and I got to thinking about it. I was like, you know what? I've been feeling this on my heart to do this anyway. And I feel like there's a lot more meaning to it, ultimately, than just today's experience. But I got to thinking about it. I was like, God knows what's going to happen. And maybe God needed me to have my phone down to protect me so that I would be alert, because I guarantee you, had I not been doing an unplugged screen-free fast, sitting in that drive-thru, my phone would have been in my hand. And with my phone being in my hand, I probably just would have heard them, but I would have been paying more attention to my phone, that I probably would have gotten out and would have been like, oh, keys are on the outside of the car. Okay, let me jump out and go get it. And it got me thinking, guys, we need to look up more than we look down, because our phones are distracting us. Technology is distracting us, and it's making us an even bigger target. It's making our judgment go out the window. Because I wasn't distracted by my phone, I really had that moment to sit there and be like, wait a minute, something about this situation isn't right. The key, there's not even a keyhole there. But I guarantee you, had my phone been in my hand, it would have been a completely different story, you know, because I would have been so distracted by my phone, and I would have had the desire to get back on my phone. Hold on a second, I gotta turn. I would have had the desire to get back on my phone, and I would have been completely distracted. Like, I probably would have gave in to their demands, because they were very demanding. I also realized how the enemy or the predator works. Like, he tries hard to confuse you, and everything happened so fast, and here they are yelling and pressuring me and just demanding me to do things and making commands, and this is what I need to do, and this is what I should be doing, and this, that, and the other. Guys, just be careful. Like, really pay attention to your surroundings. I am horrible at paying attention to my surroundings. I will be the first to admit, but Lord knows I'm gonna start paying more attention to my surroundings. And I just thank God for, just one, putting it on me to not have my phone in my hand, but two, to say, Kelly, you don't even have a keyhole over there. Why would you get out of the car to get your keys that are hanging from the door? You know, or, you know, you have a set of keys right here in your ignition. You're in your car is in drive. You have your keys. They're not shut in the door. Just remember, guys, that the predators are out there. They're looking, they're scoping, and you never know if you're going to be a target, what makes you a target. They want somebody who's distracted. They want somebody who looks easy to get or whatever. And don't think that just because it's daytime that something's not going to happen, because it can, and it does. It happens a lot during the daytime. We've had a lot of people go missing in this area in the daytime. So guys, I just wanted to share this with you. Please be careful. Please watch your back. Please be alert. Let's, you know, we definitely just start looking up more than we look down, because one, we're missing out on life in general with what's going on, but two, we're putting ourselves in a very vulnerable place. We're putting ourselves in a place of confusion and distraction, and we're allowing that technology to overtake our safety. I don't care that my phone has GPS. I would rather not be abducted to see if it works. But we need to realize that when somebody's talking to us, put the phone down, listen, pay attention. Don't let the phone be a distraction to you. And I thank God today that my phone was not a distraction for me, that I'm still here, that I'm able to make this video for you guys and to warn you, and just to tell you to be careful out there. Please be careful. All right, I'm going to talk to you guys later. I love you all. Have a blessed day. Bye.